What is happening, everyone? Good afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Good show today. Good show. Last show before the holiday break. And I'll probably be back probably late December, right before New Year. But yeah, we'll be taking a bit of time off, see some friends and family, and take a breather. I think it's good every once in a while take a break and just be able to come back recharged, refreshed, and all that good stuff. So yeah, I think it should be good. Say hi to the chat real quick. Godfather J6, good to see you, sir. Mr. Crypto 303, we're going. We're definitely going. Sloth, I gave you the link. I gave you the doc with the link, and it had the link in the doc. You have the doc that has the link. He's in the group. He's fine. He found it. Squirrel, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Tony. That's one way to look at it. That's one way to look at it. If you're looking at the price, if you're looking at the yield, what's the opposite of wrecked? Glory. Somebody help me out with that. I don't know what it is, but that's what I'm going with. Crypto Cashew. It has been a minute. Yeah. It's been. I think I saw you a couple shows ago, 2 or 3, which is what, like a week's time or something. G Chambers. Yeah, good to see you, man. Yeah, I saw you were excited for it on Twitter. Appreciate the stuff. So he's here. He's here. He's here. He's working it out. He's got some playing cards in the background too. He's going to show us a magic trick of some sort. And then Blue Bum, he's appeared as well in a different room, in a different corridor of his Tijuana mansion, I can only assume. The Chad of Donner Swans. What's up, man? Good to see you. Glad you got Twitter. Thanks for the Chad recognizes Chad Pepe meme. Super funny. Yield is a glorious price. See, it's all about perspective. All about perspective. You got the first part, and the second part probably correct, depending on which time horizon you have. Right. That's what I'm supposed to say on that, the time horizon deal. Anywho, let's get to it. First off, because he showed up first and had a working mic and camera, and now has relieved himself. Crypto Sloth, welcome to the channel.
Hey, glad to be back.
glad you're back too. Glad
Thanks
you're back. I may pause anytime I turn off camera and mute my mic. I may be taking a quick break as well. Just FYI, I try to take care of business before the stream, but I do drink from a cup, so it tends to recycle.
Congratulations, man. Proud of you. Guess you're not so good at drinking out of that cup, Max.
It barely went down. You're not supposed to betray me. You are the show cup. You are the official.
He's still can't talk. He's still coughing.
You're the official cup. You're not supposed to betray me and let Sloth. You're not supposed to let Sloth's voice get into it. Looks like we lost Blue Bum, so that's a bummer. We only got this guy today. Hopefully he'll be back. He's got to walk to his other of the 14 rooms of the mansion and find another Wi-Fi hotspot or something, I imagine.
Yeah, the man's just too much of a traveler to get his Wi-Fi down right.
I know.
No,
those 17 houses and 14 rooms.
Well, I'm glad to be back for round 2, man. We had a good conversation last time, and now this time we can actually talk about the Hedron Icosa stuff.
It can only be worse this round. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We spent the last 45 minutes of the last one prepping people for what they should expect for the upcoming Friday stream. And then just to get you back on camera, man, because you haven't been streaming, and
I have not been streaming.
You're not alone, so we gotta lure you back to the chambers where you can give the information, give the alpha.
Yeah, I almost got my other stream planned out, just dotting some T's, crossing some I's, and I'm just trying to figure out a good time to do it because I'm also on some trips because I'm on vacation, man. Fall semester's over, baby. I'm on break. I got no responsibilities. I can do what I want.
Freedom from school. Yeah, it's so you traveling over the holidays?
Yeah, I'm traveling a bit, visiting family and whatnot. Nice.
Yeah. Yep. That's what you should be doing. Everyone out there, if you haven't visited your family in more than 1 year, and you get along with them, this is the good time to do it.
Tis the season.
Yeah, it is a season. You don't need to be a crypto every day, 24/7 on Twitter. Just retweeting and commenting and thinking of clever things to say, like I tend to do. You can just not be on there for a day or two. It's a thing. People do it.
I haven't heard of anybody doing that. So,
right.
Both.
Like
Do both.
Uncool to do that, right? Simba, welcome back. It's been a while. Should I buy or sell? Well, you got to kind of suffix that with a product of some sort. If you want any sort of prediction going on in our minds at the time, which we probably would be vague about anyways. But
do both.
Again.
Do both.
Do both. Should I buy or sell? I don't know.
Buy then sell. Do it immediately.
If you bought and then sold, would that mean you make profit? It's a question for you, Simba. Oh, okay. There's context. Icosa dying, making me no money after staking. Really? Okay, hold on. So you're saying the price, because price down, your yield, you still haven't met your principal. I guess that's the best. That's the way I'm trying to interpret it.
Yeah, it's like it's like you make 1% of yield in a day, but the price goes down 2%, you're still down 1%. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're looking at it on a week time horizon, that's something to be concerned about. But if you're looking at it for longer than that, things tend to not stay the same. It is crazy yield. Waiting to bring in Blue Bum, but he keeps going off camera, on camera, so I'm not sure when I can. So in the meantime, he left again. He's still trying to work out the technical difficulties.
A little bit.
In the meantime, I want to bring it. Actually, hold on one second. There's air quality is not great, so I'm gonna be right back.
Oh man, it's just me. I'm running the RHMax show now. Isn't this crazy? Let's see what's going on in the chat.
Dreams do come true.
He's back.
Never mind.
Damn it, it's over.
Yeah, it's over again. Oh God, Simba. Oh God, Simba. We're gonna address all your funny questions. Just ask away. I was gonna bring up the first thing, which is I had a tweet I was proud of this tweet. Proud of that tweet. How long until the 10K What's NFTs actually become $1 million JPEGs? What do you think, Sloth? Considering the Icosa's price has went down, as we're all aware from all the comments I posted, has the excitement worn off of the What's NFTs because they're not dollar for dollar anymore, and now you kind of you got to be like, oh, they're half price. When do I get back to principal? I don't know. How big a bummer is that, and how do you think about the Whatses now? Has your mind changed as far as yield, or how do you factor the Icosa price into the yield aspect?
Well, I think if you want to view sentiment, I think a good place to go is OpenSea. You go to the activities. Is that the word, or the volume page, whatever it is, where you see where the trades are, and you'll see they go for a pretty consistent 2 to 3x premium over the minting price. So at least the market is still pricing in the yield, but since they haven't broken even, they're still pricing in the future value of these What's NFTs. My perspective on it hasn't changed. Like the long-term fundamental value of them is pretty high. Like I have no reason to burn them because I don't want the underlying Icosa. I still want the What's NFTs, but the value prop hasn't been diminished. The underlying value of it has been diminished because the USD value of Icosa is down. Like that's for sure. Like even though day one Whatses, you have more Icosa than you have millions of points. Like for 1 million points you minted, you have now more than one Icosa, but because the dollar value of it's down, you still haven't broken even on the yield quite yet. But if price ever goes up for some reason in the future, then you're more likely to break even and make a profit from burning it and getting the underlying Icosa yield. And if that happens, anybody who still stays in the pool gets a more yield. So, everything's the same. It's just price is down. That's about it.
Well, this chart shows a down as well. Is this a good chart to look at? Does any of it make any sense?
Well,
Anything we can
that's
glean from
volume.
it?
So that means on that day 70 ETH was traded, but it went back
Mhm.
down to the mean when the mean is what? How much? 3 ETH a day, more or less over that period of time. I don't know what
Okay.
time scale that's on, but if you scroll down, like you can look at like scroll down some more. So you'll see. Let's see. You're able to minimize that sidebar so we can see on the left. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Can we see the number of points on that? On these Whatses?
It shows it, but they get cut off. So like 14K, this one, 555 points, but some of them say like 1.4
we don't see
endpoints.
we don't see M points or anything like that.
Let's see. I don't think this shows it. Let's see. Does that do anything? No. I can just click on one though. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. There we can see it. Okay, so that's 555 million points. And if you look, it went for 1 ETH, which is 1.1K. So that's that's over a 2x on the minting price of that What's NFT. Let's keep 33.9 million points went for $150. So that's over that's over a 4x right there on that specific one. 1.04 B points. That's $1,000 of minting. Mintable went for $2,000. So like 2 to 3x, and like as the price goes lower, it's more likely to go for more multiples versus the higher the price tag, the less multiples it'll go for, just because it costs more money to like there are less people that can put $2,000 into an NFT in this bear market than there are the people that can put $100, right? So like the $1,000 ones are more likely to go for $2,000, and the $50 ones are more likely to go for like 150, something like that. But the market's pricing in like their future value still above the minting price. So if you have an NFT, you can exit in a profit if you want. You don't have to burn the underlying Icosa. You can just go on OpenSea and put a sell up there, and you can still get a 2 to 3x right now. So I think that's great. I think if you have a Whatsa, you are still in profit because these are on the secondary market going for more than what you minted for if you minted it. It's that simple.
So that's a great way to put it. Yeah, on the secondary market. So maybe on the as far as trading in for Icosa, it's less profitable to do that, and you may not be hitting principal there. But on the secondary market, it's like 3 or 4x right now. Looks like.
So it looks like the real winner of the Icosa launch is the Whatsa minters, because they're still in a 2 to 3x profit of all that money versus now. And like you have to keep in mind that was like the dollar value when Hedron was at a higher price, right? So you maintain that dollar value of when you like gave the Hedron away, if that's what you did, and it multiplied on top of that. So the Whatses were the real winner of the Icosa launch. Yeah,
that's a great way to put it. So yeah, everyone who's out there complaining about Icosa price, maybe you didn't pick up very many Whatses because that's we're talking about winners here. And I think in this ecosystem, it's hard to talk about losers. Not a lot of them. It looks like
losers right now.
I mean, if you look at the price on a weekly chart, perhaps, but looks like the Blue Bum has got his situation rectified. He's went to his cabana outside an undisclosed location, put his snowball microphone in his hand, and made sure that no one else has downloaded stuff on his internet. Welcome to the show, Blue Bum.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Let's go.
Yeah,
what's up,
man.
Blue?
Yeah, coming to you from the jungle.
It looks like a jungle back there. Watch out for those. I'd say you're probably not in Australia. Or I'd say watch out for every single animal that exists there. Right.
There's a few around.
Yeah, it's there's some crazy ones. There's a duck that looks like a fish thing, right? Or a beaver. It's the platypus. A lot of crazy animals.
I haven't seen that one.
Not yet.
So you're looking at
Sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking through Whatses, and we're talking about Icosa and how, probably not the best idea if you're looking at to trade it in for Icosa right now to do that, to burn them. But if you look at the secondary market, looking pretty good.
Yeah. Did you see that there's a 4.5 million hex HSI that's got about 12 minutes left?
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
No.
What's it going for?
At the moment, it's 16 billion. 16 billion Hedron, which is incredibly cheap. Like that's
Wow.
so cheap.
Wow.
That's got to be like around 20% of the price or something.
Oh, I think I saw somebody. Yeah, Tony said it's like $100,000 stake at like $21,000 valuation right now. So there's
I was right. 21%.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Blue's killing it with the mental math.
Hey, is there a look at the auctions? Is any of the new community sites I can look at the auctions without connecting a wallet or anything like that?
Hedron.today you can. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, let me see. Hedron
You can see.
today.
You don't have to. Oh, did you have to connect to look at on Pro?
Tell yourself no. Go away.
Yeah, for
Okay.
Icosa, the Icosa app, you do have to connect a wallet.
Okay, I can't. It still looks like I can't look at the options.
Well, it looks like you have. It looks like you have you're on an unsupported chain right now, man.
That's good. Okay, let me stop sharing for a sec, and then.
Yeah, how you been, Blue? It's been a second since we've since we've talked. How you been, man?
I'm good, man. I'm just like living life on the outside.
Yeah, traveling the world.
Traveling the world, having fun. Yeah, doing the bear market in style.
Yeah. Nice, man. I like it.
Yeah, picked up a few cheap HSIs though in an auction. I think like a few days ago.
Oh yeah,
they're still going. Yeah, you can still get like ones for like 60% of the value and stuff. 70% of the value.
Of like
and obviously,
of like what it would cost to make the stake.
Yeah, of what it would cost to make the stake, exactly. And obviously, if you've got a bit of money behind you and you want to get in a big way, those huge HSIs, they've been going for so cheap, hey?
Yeah, because how many people have like enough money to bid them up? Like
exactly.
You know that $100,000 hex stake going for $21,000. Like how many people have $21,000 of Hedron to burn, or 22,000? Right, only a select number of people. So it's like once you get to this upper echelon of people where it's like they just don't have, nobody has the economic mass to make the bids anymore.
Well, they just might not be kind of on the computer, you know, because like no one watches it 24/7. Like I kind of come in maybe every few days or something like that, have a look, see if there's anything, if there's something coming up. Maybe I'll go, oh yeah, I'll come back in an hour or two, and then I forget about it. So like, you know, at that, when you've got that massive amount of Hedron that you need to bid on those, a lot of those people are probably just not even bothering. Like they're not even aware that it's happening.
Yeah, no.
Hey, just an update too on here. I had it on a PulseChain testnet. That's why it did not work, but it apparently will work even if you're not unlocked on your wallet. You just need MetaMask that's selected on Ethereum network, and you can look at auctions on Hedron.today. So I think that's the one Blue was talking about, the 16 one. That's the one you're talking about, Blue?
Yeah, I'm looking at it on
568 T-shares.
Yeah, it's got like 9.5 minutes to go. 568 T-shares.
We'll have to see if people start getting into a bidding war over it.
Doesn't look. Yeah, I mean, what happens is often you don't see any action until the last 5 minutes, and then they keep. That's when the action happens, and it can go for kind of half an hour or something normally.
Yeah. Look at the one right next to it. Is that one T-share going for almost 1 billion Hedron? How overpriced is that?
Yeah.
That's the hilarious part of the auction. One amazing deal, one way overpaying.
Just look at these. Look at the 568 and 1, and then look. You know, that's almost 1 billion, or that's almost 1 billion, and that's 16 billion. You know, this is not. You know, that's not, the math does not work out. It's not 1/16. So yeah, you can tell just from looking at that. Wow.
I mean, I thought a deal would be like 50 billion Hedron for that 500,000 one.
It'd still be a deal.
Yeah.
Dev Huey says live auction exciting place. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Dev Huey? Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, man. One day, Dev Huey will be on the show. One day.
We'll get to see what he looks like for real. If he looks,
I mean, you don't even have to do video, and I'm like, just show up audio. just speak words, and we will accept you. We already accept you, but we'll love you for coming on the show for sure. Any updates? Go ahead.
What?
In terms of the artwork, I just asked Alex in one of our chats before, and he said soon. So that's all we know.
Definitive. Soon. Good.
Yeah.
I think people are going to be really happy with that.
Yeah. Some of them, the artwork is like unbelievable. Incredible. Yeah. Have you been keeping track at all, Sloth, on like how much HSIs are actually selling for on OpenSea, like whether they're going for a discount or not?
No, I haven't been looking at the secondary market in that terms. My assumption has been the volume on that's been kind of low, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to see, because that was one of GIF's hypotheses. People would get an HSI for like 60% discount, but try to flip it on OpenSea for like 80%, something along those lines, right?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
For sure.
Shout out to
getting
an
it,
investor.
Getting it at 20% and then just flipping it for half the cost or whatever. Like you can
exactly. Like any kind of profit that they can flip it for, basically.
Yeah.
Because they're still selling it at a discount, technically.
Yeah.
But
I guess it's a reflection of the whole crypto market and the hex price at the moment as well. Like everything just took a bit of a dump. It looks like.
Yeah, today was not a good day. Holy crap! There's basically one wallet, just basically mega dumped its whole bag, right? For
really?
Everything. Yeah,
right.
Like millions of hex just dumped. 22% of the day. Yeah. That stuff makes me laugh, dude. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Yeah. The funny thing is, I'm on vacation right now, and like I packed up all my stuff, and like I have a little place like I store my crypto when I go away. And I was thinking like whether or not I wanted to take any crypto with me. Like, oh, let me take like $500 with me just in case. I'm like, nah, it'll be fine. I leave, and then like I check Twitter like when I'm stopped at a gas station. Everyone's like, oh my god, the price is dumping. I'm like, oh my god, I'm locked out of buying the dip.
Yeah, you gotta be prepared, hey. Take all this. Take your treasure or whatever.
So Sloth said he had slides or something to explain this, but I think, is that right, Sloth? How?
Yeah, but
why this happened? Why Dev? Why this happened, Dev?
I guess I am a dev now, right? Because I'm using Python on Anvil. I'm technically a dev.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always like, I know how to code, but I'm not a dev. And people, I always imagine people are like, but you don't create anything. I'm like, that's not. Dev doesn't mean you have to like go make products all the time. It just means you can code and do these things. But yes, I'm a dev.
I can write an if then statement. But
yeah, well, you're a different story, Sloth. I mean, I've been coding for like 15 years, maybe 20 years now. And it's like, I don't consider myself a dev though. It's just funny. It's just a funny different context switch for crypto.
Yeah. But all right, Icosa price wrecked. Why?
Explain this shit.
Well, basically, once the liquidation auctions went live, an arbitrage deal presented itself where there was a possibility of the Hedron that you're bidding to win the auction. The dollar value of that was less than the underlying mintable Icosa of the HSI you were getting. And so at the very beginning, we were seeing a significant amount of HSIs going for such a deal at the higher Icosa price. Now, because that was happening, people were bidding their Hedron, getting the HSI, immediately selling it for Icosa, and immediately selling it for a profit. And what's happening when that happens is inflation is being introduced to the system and immediately dumped on the market. And so that's a large reason why we've seen the Icosa price take such a hard hit lately, is because people have been able to arbitrage it down. Blue, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, well, it's also just we've been getting so much APY for staking. And so the 90-day people came out. Have the 180-day ones come out yet? No.
Yet.
So it's just a lot of those 90-day people who are selling their coins. They've been getting an amazing yield, and so they're taking some of that profit.
Yep. So we just have more inflation in the system now than we did before the auctions went live. Now, one interesting thing, at least about the specific mechanism that I was talking about, is we actually just touched on this with what we were talking about with that one HSI, how people are getting it for a deal relative to the cost that they can make the stake for. But when Icosa is at its ceiling price, the cost to make the stake and the underlying Icosa for the cost of the stake and the underlying Icosa is the same. As the Icosa price goes down, there is now two different arbitrage points: the cost of the underlying Icosa and the cost to make the stake. These are two different points you can measure a discount from. As the Icosa price goes down, the difference between the cost to make the stake and the underlying Icosa, that delta increases more and more, where at some point people are going to flip bidding for these HSIs for the Icosa, and they're going to start bidding for it for the deal relative to making that stake off the market. And so because of that, at some point, some of the inflation going on to the Icosa chart is going to be turned off, because the people that are winning the HSIs don't want the underlying Icosa. They just want the T-shares. So as the price of Icosa goes down, part of its inflation is actually turning off. And when you turn off inflation and you turn off sell pressure, that at least moves things in the direction that makes it more probable to make a bottom. So it's just like the lower the Icosa price goes, less inflation is coming out, because less people are getting HSIs at a deal where they would want to mint that underlying Icosa. So that's one point. Yeah, I'll stop it there for now. We can discuss that.
Well, Goki had a comment here too. So people advocating for recycling, looks like that was bad. What's y'all's take on that? Recycling bad for the system?
Yeah, I disagree. I think recycling is good for the system. Sorry, Blue, I did cut you off there.
No, you go for it.
Okay, because what's happening with each iteration of recycling is another instance of Hedron being burned, right? So Icosa is kind of eating a negative externality of Hedron. You can think of it in that way, where as long as Icosa is presenting a deal on the market enough to incentivize people to recycle their HSIs, that just keeps the churning and this constant burning of Hedron going and going and going until that dynamic flips. It'll just keep happening until the dynamic flips. And when the dynamic flips, people no longer are recycling, which helps the Icosa price, the Icosa chart, but that means the Hedron isn't getting burnt. It's a dynamic system. It's a dynamic system where one is taking some beating, is taking a beating, but the other one is benefiting. And that's kind of how they were created to work together.
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily good or bad for the system. It's just the system operating how it should be operating. And what we see at the moment is is there still like 5,000 stakes that haven't been. So there's like, what we've seen is that people haven't gone berserk just starting the auctions. Now there's about 50 auctions at the moment. And so that makes it easier to track them. And if you do want to, and so there's still a ton that haven't been sent there. And so a good tactic might be, if you do one you want, maybe start 3 or 4 of them that are similar at the same time. So that if there's a few people online who are going for them when you're going for them, like you'll all get one, or someone will suck up some of that Hedron cost, whatever. So it makes sense that people aren't recycling them. I mean, obviously also because if you want Icosa now to stake it, you should be just buying it off the market, because it's so cheap at the moment.
Yep.
And it's still collecting that great APY. So, it's like, it's not a short-term play, any of this. Although maybe you could do it as short-term plays, but I mean, I look to more kind of like mid to long-term plays for stuff like that. And we're still in this high inflation period for Icosa. That's going to drop off a cliff at some point. And so I see this time now as getting your position for how much you have of Icosa for when that happens.
Yeah.
So the inflation dropping off too. Yeah, explain that. Is that the 1 year of being seeded by the SA? Is that the deal? And then like, what does that mean? Like after that happens, like what adjustments in systems should we see?
Well, we just won't, because there's not that seeded Icosa coming out into the pools. We're going to see a drop off of how much Icosa APY there is. And
although I think most of our yield now is coming from the burning of Hedron, not from the initial seeded liquidity.
Oh, really? I thought it would be both, because there was 2 times that it was seeded. Oh, that's the Hedron that was seeded.
Yeah.
But that also comes out. Okay, so
There's also, but we saw an substantial jump. If you go to hexmodel.com on Dev Huey's thing, you can track the payout of both of the pools in terms of Icosa, and there's a significant jump in payout that I think you could probably just subtract the previous average from it, and you can get how much has been on average given out to us based on the burning of Hedron, and I think that's been more than what the base amount of yield was. If I remember correctly. Yeah. So go to Icosa. Hey, nice. That one large stake is now going for 20 billion Hedron. Let's see.
Oh, what's going on? 20 billion.
22 billion. Look at that.
22. Okay. Now it's getting closer. That's probably still 70% discount or 30% discount. Something like that.
70% discount. Yeah, still
just off the top of my head.
It's still crazy.
Yeah.
it's still
70%. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But hey, people are bidding it up.
4 minutes. Yeah, everyone, 4 minutes.
And hey, here's another way to think of it. At minimum, that's about 21 or 20 dolphins or no squids gone, or two dolphin positions basically gone forever. That's one way to think about it.
Even though Hedron staking hasn't been the best pool in terms of APY, like Icosa's got a lot more and Whatses have got a lot. Hedron staking might actually be the best long-term play because you keeping all of that Hedron, and as everyone's burning Hedron, that's getting pushed into Icosa. So if you're staking Hedron, you're getting that portion of the Icosa, but you're still keeping your Hedron. And at some point, like, enough Hedron will be burnt until there is like quite a low supply, huh? Although it is still all coming at it all the time.
Well, so actually go back to the hexmodel.com, Max, and this is something I'll talk about in my stream whenever I do it. But if you look at the slope of the points in the Hedron pool, I believe is that first one the Hedron that's the Icosa pool. Yeah, if you look at the slope, or like if you look at the slope of the Icosa staking points, which is like the more points there are, the more competition there is, you'll see it's linear in that it's still continuously going up. Now, if you scroll down to the Hedron staking, if you scroll on the outside, there you go. You'll notice this. It's on a logarithmic curve if you fit a curve to all of those data points. Now it just bumped up because the poly thing, poly contract staked. But what the difference in the linear curve and the logarithmic curve means is that your position in the Hedron pool is more locked in than in the Icosa pool, i.e. you're getting more diluted in the Icosa pool than the Hedron pool. So, if you wanted to get like a dolphin position now, if you can get it in the Hedron pool, the probability of keeping that position is higher than in the Icosa pool. In the Icosa pool, you're going to have to keep adding to keep that position. So that adds to what Blue was saying, where like here's a benefit of staking Icosa, a Hedron, because you're not getting as diluted in the staking pool. So that's a cool dynamic, a difference in the staking pools to note.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw this up here too on this one. Yeah, McSimon Hex alone in the HSI is worth approximately 83 billion.
83 billion.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean that bid is, well, it's just if you take multiply the amount of hex in there by the hex Hedron price, like that's just, it comes out to 83 billion.
I mean, I guess if you're getting that bigger hex stake, and it's a 15-year stake, so you're either going to have to wait for 15 years, or you're going to have to hope that the HSI markets pick up at some point, because at the moment they're probably pretty hard to, unless you can find an OTC deal or something like that. But so it's a lot hard. They're a lot less liquid, so that would obviously attract a discount then.
Yep.
Interesting.
Goki had a question here. There any where to see the inflation rates, Icosa and Hedron?
Pretty sure Hexmodel has it. Dude, he always put in everything. Let's see. Let's go to Let me see if I can find it. It might be on the Hedron page. If we just have like a chart of the total supply, then just like the slope will give you the rate of inflation. Let me see.
And we can see we're gonna able to
Oh, there's
plot the past, but in terms
there's a
of
Hedron
prediction,
minted. Sorry, go ahead, Blue. I'm interrupting you.
well, I mean, obviously, like it depends so much on human behavior, what those
Mhm.
inflation rates will be. So they're going to be very hard to predict.
Mhm.
It's like, when does people mint their Hedron, you know, and
Yeah.
how much of it is getting burned.
Yeah. You do have that Hedron minted chart right there on the Hedron daily stats, and that'll give you the daily amount of inflation. And then it'll also, you can use the slider to go in any point, any like range of dates that you want, and it'll give you the Hedron minted, the Hedron burn. And so if you just subtract the two, you can get the net inflation for that given period of time. So that's a useful tool. Yeah, DefUI, this is an awesome tool just to explore. I'm pulling all of my stats for my next stream from his site.
What can you do? Like, I guess just again for people watching, I think the most interesting thing you could think about with the site is, okay, this site, tons of data, but what actual decisions can you use to make with the data? Like, what are some of the things you're like, okay, before I buy this, or before I stake it, or before I do this or that with Hedron, before I participate in the auction, I would go to hexmodel.com to view this stat. Like, what are some of the examples for that?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really use the site as much to make decisions. I just try to get a general feel of like what's going on in the ecosystem.
DefUI, help us out in chat.
Let me think, because I don't know off the top of my head everything that's there. I just kind of search when I need it. I think what it's done for me mostly is just bolster my confidence and how far we can project yield into the future, because we can see all of the HSIs that are currently being sold / in backlog, as well as they're going to be coming up for liquidation soon. And so we can take that data and kind of extrapolate, okay, we can reasonably predict at least 90 to 180 days of Icosa yield, because we have that much volume of HSI still able to be churned out in the liquidation auction. That's what's been helping me. And I guess in terms of decision making, that makes me more confident in staking, and that I know that a decent amount of yield is going to come out.
I think at the simplest level, it's you stake Hex, you get Hedron, you can mint Hedron for after time. You can stake that Hedron, you get Icosa. You can stake that Icosa, get Icosa and Hedron. And so it's just a value add to having a Hex stake. So the no-brainer is to just have a Hex stake and then do those things as you use your time. In terms of trying to make kind of degen plays, I mean, it's probably not a good idea to go, unless you kind of think, okay, Hedron's low at the moment, but even then, I'd be providing liquidity, like a V3 position underneath where it's at, to collect it as it goes down. And then if it doesn't go down, then you just take that and you didn't get any. But that's kind of like doing those longer term smarter plays to just accumulate lots of these assets over the long time, and don't commit to any one kind of tactic, because there's all this interplay where, and it's just too hard to predict, really.
Yeah, it's kind of similar, like going to Hex daily stats and trying to make a decision based on what you see in there.
AI Huey, a new Twitter account, by the way. Everyone go follow AI Dewey. That's right. Say Huey automatically. It's working on predictions at the moment. AI, sorry, at the moment, the website is seeing more what's happening in staking pools. Okay.
Nice.
Man. Chat GPT, I'm telling you, calling it right now. Chat GPT is going to revolutionize the world, and it's just the first iteration.
I need to learn how to use it better. Learn how to make good AI prompts.
Dipcatcher had a tweet the other day, was like he was going to use it for coding, and I was like, whoa, I almost want to like mess with, like, hey, are you okay? Like, are you creating something insane with this thing? Like, is the next token going to have like the best game theory possible because we used AI to leverage it and all that stuff. It's going to revolutionize the world. Somebody clip this and play it back in 2 years. You're going to be like, whoa, I have a chat bot that will tell me interesting stuff. And, oh, Google is now irrelevant, or they bought it. Now it's going to be like googlegpt.com is where you search, because it gives you the answers directly instead of just links to research. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Just want to throw it out there. Hope to add wallet by wallet data. Yeah, man. I mean, so
yeah, dude. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, just on this topic, because I want to talk about Hex here in a second. But yeah, what do you guys say on this one?
Oh, I was just gonna say, every time DevHue AI Dewey makes an update, it makes me less and less motivated to make my own website. I'm like, damn it, they're just making everything already.
That'd be great.
Become a coder.
Yeah.
Become a coder and get paid for it before there's no other jobs.
Yep.
You'll be working for ChatGPT soon. Go ahead, Blue.
There'll always be a need for dentistry.
It'd be great when he does that. That's going to be awesome though, because what we probably don't have at the moment, or what's much harder to get an idea of, is like how many whales in the system and what their positions are in each of these different things. Like how much are they keeping liquid? How much are they staking? And I imagine that if you were also a whale, you'd want that information. Although still, it's at this stage, it's like still early days. I think just accumulating all of these assets at the moment, especially at this, as the market is so low at the moment, that's the long-term play.
I would like to have, I asked the question earlier too, just like what can we use for decision making? And I'm sure there's a few things, but it'd be really cool to have at some point have two columns, like one, like trading information, like here are what you need to click or see, or information you could use for trading in some way, blah, blah, blah. But again, to Blue's point earlier, a lot of this data is for like long-term thinking, seeing when stuff is coming out, dodging, certain events that come up, stuff like that. Or, even on the Hex side, don't set your stakes on days when there's, the highest stakes ever coming out, all that stuff. So I like to see like two columns of all the things you can use it for that and the other. So if you already think about the DevHue, if you have any stuff to put together on that, or again, want to come on the show sometime and talk about it, feel free. I have to address this though.
That's hilarious when I saw that.
3 gerbils, 1 will drown. I will drown one every time. First of all, Fast Abdul, please don't do that. Don't hurt the gerbils. Second of all, the point is, if you haven't murdered all those buttons on your computer that are relevant to statistics for this channel and this live stream, that's what he's trying to say. Get the point within the point, okay? But please don't hurt the gerbils. We'll do what you want. So on the supply side, so I was talking to Crispy Man, who it has Hexfire.io. I don't know why I didn't think of that at the time. Hexfire, and it has all kinds of amazing charts, kind of like the Hex version that goes deep and all that stuff, where DevHue's got Hexmodel, and which talks about, of course, Hedron ecosystem as well. But the circulating supply of Hex, I had a conversation with him the other day on a stream where we were brainstorming how to actually get an accurate representation, risk adjusted, of the actual Hex out there that is actually circulated. Like, again, Satoshi's coins never moved. They probably should be removed from the supply because, risk adjusted removed for, investment theses and stuff like that. But there's a lot of Hex, and there's, the OA's Hex, and there's all kinds of wallets where stuff hasn't moved forever, but we're still counting in the supply, at least on official websites. So when I see the circulating supply of Hex here, one day I just want this chart that just has all these different columns. It shows me, okay, maybe there's a class. Me and Crispy talked about that. There's a class A of these huge whales that have all these coins that have never moved. And, the risk of that is like whatever percent in the model. And then you could just like tick, 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 and it'll come up with a circulating supply for your particular investment thesis that you're comfortable with and understanding to factor in, what the market cap is and all these other, pieces of data you can glean from that. So that's something that, have you all thought about that? Have you thought about the Hex supply?
Well, you could do that. You could do that for every single coin and token, basically.
Yeah.
But the one I like is Hex, so that's why I'm interested.
Yeah. So how about this? This just jumped into my mind. How about you you multiply it by or divide it by, whichever works well with your model, the percentage of time that it hasn't moved since the big payday.
Mhm.
And then you get, that's a risk adjusted. Like, okay, this one hasn't moved for 100% of the time. Like this hex over here, this wallet hasn't over here. So we can count that. So maybe you divide by 100 or something. No. So it becomes a lower number.
I get the point.
And you get some sort of risk adjusted figure.
Yes, I like that. I'm telling you, that's what we need some. At least I need some information like that. I may end up putting something like that together. It's just that would be something that I think a lot of people could use to make these like, okay, I'm confident with this market cap, and even for onboarding people, you could show them, say, hey, with, this is the risk adjustment we did. Here are the numbers. Here's what we actually think the market cap is. If you care about market cap,
but it's just so misleading, because the only reason that people want a market cap as a number is so that they can compare the different coins and tokens. So we can say, Bitcoin's the biggest, Ethereum's the second biggest, and Hex is number whatever it is, 15 or whatever. And so, but what does that really? That doesn't really actually give you much information other than bragging rights.
But 99% of people do it that way. So I know we
yeah,
look
it's
at it
true.
All the onboarded people, they're like, no, I mean, they're going to invest in the coin that has a lower market cap, more multiples, all that stuff a lot of times. So I think it'd be nice just to have that information. There's all these stats websites, and if somebody could come up with one where you could put them in classes and wallets and do it by the time adjusted, I love that idea. I think that would be awesome.
Well, it should totally be doable for any kind of proper crypto. Yeah.
Right.
You'd imagine.
Got 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. 30 million. Okay, so 35. 30. Wow, this thing is they heard you, Blue. They heard you.
You know what? Maybe you'd have to wait. You'd have to wait it differently though, because they're like Bitcoin's been around for so much longer than something like Hex, and so those coins that haven't moved in Bitcoin wallets are probably less likely to move because they've been so dormant for so long.
Yeah. So you'd have a class of those, and then you'd have a class of, the next ones that are in the next percentile of maybe they're smaller wallets, or maybe there's smaller wells, or maybe they moved 10 days after a big payday or whatever, and you would just keep going down the thing.
I mean, maybe it's as simple that stuff that hasn't moved for a year, stuff that hasn't moved for 2 years, stuff that hasn't moved for 3 years, and you just have like the amount in each kind of column, and then you can kind of compare. And if you want to do some sort of overall for that, then
so we're looking at here, it looks like the current bid on this big baby going down in just over a minute. Minimal Hedron 50 million. 30. The current bid is 30 billion, 500 million. And then that puts the price at, for Hedron, 42K or so. Good price. How do we know if that's a good price or not? Yeah, 59 seconds. Go.
Just take that hex, multiply it by the price, and we'll see the difference.
Take take that. And then go up to Hex and Mix.
It really is I'm just thinking about that market cap thing, and it really is a leftover from the traditional finance, because that's how they would measure like companies.
Yeah, it's not super applicable to crypto.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I'm just saying that's what 99% of people look at. So that's what I think onboarding tool, it might be something to show. So 110,
118,000.
Okay.
The problem is how do you compare any kind of cryptos?
Wow.
Other than price? Price should be how you're comparing them.
Looks like it's
a lot cheaper than Bitcoin. That's my onboarding tool. Hex is only 2.5 cents.
That's it.
Bitcoin, much more.
Yeah.
It looks like it went for, I don't know. Hopefully this is final. I don't know. But it looks like it went for a lot less.
It's done, is it? Oh yeah. Yeah, it only went for 30 billion, hey?
30, so 43 in dollars terms, 43K versus the Hex 118.
Woo! So that's like what, 40% or something?
60, yeah, 60%, yeah.
Wow.
So
bargain.
So this is what the Hex is worth. So again, everyone watching, does that mean they get the HSI and they can sell it for 118K? Like, what does that mean for if the person won that auction? What can they do with that now?
Well, I'd be holding
Stake and
it.
chill.
Yeah,
Stake and chill. That's what they can do with it.
They've
They're
already
broke
staked.
in the bear market. They're going through a lot in their life, and they're like, I need
Yeah.
cash. I don't care what the price is. I know it's down 95%. I need the money because I want to feel powerful and good. What can they do with it?
They can sell it for Icosa and then dump the Icosa if they want. Or they can sell it on like OpenSea. Those are the
We're
two
about to
options
see Icosa. We're about to
So
see
that's-
Icosa go to 3 cents.
Giga dump.
For that amount, you'd be trying to sell it OTC, I reckon.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's too much to extract any value out of the Icosa USDC pool. You would be trying to go on OpenSea and
Or you just wait a few years, you know?
yeah. Honestly, buying that big of a the reason why something like that went for such a big discount is just because it's such an illiquid asset, and it's very hard to exit, and not a lot of people can compete at that level of that amount of Hedron. So definitely the larger T-shares, the larger hex stakes definitely are going for the larger discount.
What they can do is they can just wait a while and start minting the Hedron from it. And that's probably going to get a nice little bundle of Hedron.
Yep. They can take an advance on the Hedron too.
Or they can take an advance on it, yeah.
Yep.
And buy more.
They can do a lot of things with the Hedron.
maybe at some point we'll be able to collateralize hex stakes for loans too.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna throw a crazy one out there. I think the next Maximus project is just going to have like a bundle of all other derivatives, and it's going to be based on that. Like,
just keep wrapping derivatives. Just keep wrapping derivatives and more derivatives.
If you keep locking up hex for it, if you keep locking the things up for it, I mean, why not? If you're, I don't care. So the whole splitting buying power thing, I'm still firm on that. Like, I think there's all kinds of coins that are don't have a lot of utility, that are taking away the buying power from some of the blue chips and some of the projects that do have the positive price feedback loops, all that stuff. But I'm okay with new tickers being created if it's locking up more hex, or it has that feedback loop of some sort. And sacrifice phases for beyond PulseChain, beyond PulseX, that's locking up more hex, and that's a good thing for price. I was going to ask, so that one that just went, is there a way for us to see stats on it now? Now that it went to somebody else, is there a place we can go look at stats on it? Like
what kind of stats do you think of?
Like, just look at it. Now, is it gone forever? Or there's no other way to view that particular HSI anymore? Like, where can we find it again?
No, I'm sure you can go to the Icosa contract, or no, you'd be in the Hedron contract and just find that transaction where it's sold for. And then you can find the HSI and the address of the person who won it, and then just keep the ID of the HSI, and you can keep track of all of its stats.
Can you put that in a link format?
What we don't have is a website which is kind of shows all of the what is being sold and how much.
Not show the finished ones.
Discount.
Not show the finished ones.
I don't think so.
Man, that would be good. That's what That's what I would like to see right now.
I'm sure Dev Huey already has that built up.
Or
Dev
Huey, if Kay is listening, as a pro version, like a pro funk offer, that when the Hedron drops today, that'd be awesome, hey?
Yeah, completed auctions. So otherwise, we have to go to Etherscan and look at the Icosa contract and look at transactions and click through there. Is that right?
That's just the first way that came to my head. You could have got the information while it was still alive and just saved that.
You know what? I can rewind the stream right now live. No, I can't. I can't do that. How do I get I'll just copy the contract here and then throw it in. We're doing it live. Let's see.
Probably
ERC's 20, 13 seconds ago. Maybe that one.
Look at the transaction first. That's a hex start stake. You want
Did I click on the right one though?
a bid.
Probably not.
Or
Well, what kind of stats do you want to see on the HSI?
I just want to know, like, after one goes, how can we, like, does it? Yeah, can we look at their wallet and see if they have other stuff going on? You know,
look at the last exit option function.
The last exit option function.
Yeah.
Where is it on the screen?
I can't see very. No, that's. Go back to the Icosa, and then this.
Oh, this guy. There's a name on it right there. One of them.
Go to transactions, and then see where it says method.
Yeah.
You scroll down method. Yeah, and then if you scroll down to, you see either bid or exit option.
You might be able to filter it. Go back up and click the funnel button.
Yeah.
And next to and then you can filter for the one that you want.
Filter for which one would it be? These are all.
Are you on the Icosa? Are you on the Icosa contract?
Oh, so
it should be.
It's on the Hedron contract. The staking is on the Hedron contract.
Weird. Yeah. I copied the Icosa contract from here.
No, you need to be on the Hedron contract.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's the deployer? Let's see. Go to Hedron. What can I paste?
You can just type in Hedron and it'll come up.
Sometimes. Why is the internet not going? Do not rug me, Etherscan.
Synthwave, that's funny.
Wait. I'm not even looking at the chat. What's going on? Anything good? What the hell?
I'll people are commenting about these few people are getting tortured over here.
Okay, internet's not working.
That's all right.
Those are the souls of burning. Is that Blue's background? Is that what's going on?
No, the kids in his background.
Yeah. They're so upset of the Hold on, why are they screaming? The burn Hedron. Oh, okay, because they're getting burned. I was gonna say, like, somebody's not screaming. Somebody got a good deal on this. So the people burning the Hedron screamers, they're doing all right. I guess that's what's going on.
They're actually Hedron and they're being burnt.
You know,
30 billion.
That's I'll leave it with that comment.
It's pretty loud. If you're sorry about that, guys.
Those are actually koalas. Could be. Actually, I don't think you're in Australia, right?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. But you could have brought koalas from Australia. You never know. Kids screaming in the background, come to place, be professional. I'm just catching up on chat, everyone. Just catching up. Oh god, there's a lot of funny comments here. No one's dying. Those gerbils better be okay, by the way. Gerbils are safe. Next week, hedgehogs. No.
He's got a line up.
What did the hedgehogs do? Rodents. What did they do? This is not a game of like rotating between the animals. It's just, you know, just hit the like button, everyone. We don't want any animals to be harmed here. What's next, guys? What's next? What do we got? I'm looking at the auction highlights.
Tell me, Mr. Host.
I know. I'm the hostess with mostest. You're certainly right. I'm glad you said it just like that. Auction highlights. What did happen that was good, other than that crazy discount just happening? Like, you guys been seeing anything else going on that's worth talking about?
Yeah, I was about to say what we just saw pretty much exemplifies the excitement around the auctions. Oh yeah, there we go. That wallet has 2,000 T-shares. They have two. That's dolphin positions. Two and a quarter dolphin positions just from the HSI auctions. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like that, what we just saw was like the excitement. We got 30 billion Hedron burn, so that can't be sold, and it's going to generate us some Icosa yield. Just divide that 30 billion by the T-share rate, and that's how much Icosa each of the pools is going to get, plus all the other burning. Yeah, it's just more of that. Lots of recycling, which I personally think is a good thing. I like recycling, and lots of Hedron getting burned. So like it's just the system working as it's supposed to.
Anything you've seen, Blue, that tickles your fancy? That's notable and worth talking about, as far as auctions go?
I mean, just for those
Tell the
huge
people at the birthday
ones.
party to shut up, okay? We need to hear you, not them.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to
Shut down that birthday party.
these guys up. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's interesting that there are so many still to go to auction, and it looks like people are just kind of they're just slowly coming out. So it's going to take ages to get through all of these. And it's good because like it gives people time to make strategies, and if they do want some cheap hex that is going to be a 15-year stake, they have a way to do it now by just like going in and making these auctions, and at the same time burning Hedron. Like it's all working like it should be working, and it's just really going to be interesting to see how this plays out over long term, and also to see what happens when the next bull market comes around. Because I mean, hopefully we'll have a lot more attention as well. And yeah,
Do you think people tend to learn in bear or learn in bull?
I don't know.
I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of new people come in and they're gonna be learning it all over again. But the people who stuck around, the people who are watching this stream, for example, maybe the people who like to learn the bear market set themselves up for a massive yield. Can you just on the bull market, whenever it happens, whenever we go sideways for a while and we get back to bull, can you imagine if you've been staked the entire time, all that yield's going to accumulate? And you look at it now, the dollar value of your Hedron stakes is like $1,000 or something. What's it going to be in the next bull run? That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to do moon math on it, the way you do it is just calculate the ceiling price for either Hedron or Icosa at whatever hex price point that you want to look at, and then just from there multiply by whatever or divide by whatever factor you want to be as conservative as you want. That's kind of how you do the moon math on the Icosa and Hedron price charts.
Do you have anything on the website or public on that we could bring up where we could do it?
My internet's being real slow right now. I'm trying to pull up my calculators. But if you go to like my Twitter on my links page, you pull up my calculator and then, or Max, maybe you can pull up my calculator and then you can do it.
Maybe. Okay.
And I am going to put all of this moon math stuff on my personal website once it's up and running.
Apparently, internet's not working on my browser anymore, so we're stuck with this. Yeah, I don't know why.
It's working well enough to stream.
It's just segmented to the browser. That's the thing. The browser doesn't work. Linktree.
You can find my OnlyFans there too. If you guys want to.
Yeah, where's the OnlyFans? I want to. Okay, we'll come back to OnlyFans.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. We could do theoretical Icosa prices. That one's set up pretty well for it already.
Theoretical Icosa prices.
Yeah. So basically, you just adjust those values to whatever T-share rate you want, whatever hex price you want, and it'll calculate the Icosa hex to Icosa ceiling, and then also 10%, 20%, 50, 80, and 90% discounts from those prices. So let's do the current T-share rate, which is I don't know. Let's see hex daily stats. What's it saying it is?
Let me see. Hold on.
Hey guys, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm gonna have to take off.
You couldn't shut down the birthday party?
Yeah, I couldn't shut down the birthday party.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go join.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Hey, glad you could join and come back on soon. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Hey, and I'll see you guys
it's good to see you, Blue. I hope you're doing well, man.
You're my boy, Blue.
In the chat. See you guys.
See ya. No, you can just go if you want the share rate. Just go to gethexstats.anvil.app. That's my pet example stats website. I'll throw it in here to show myself. I just happen to think of it. That is one of the stats it pulls is the share rate. So 25,307. Why can't I 23? Oh,
No, you
only.
have to make your own copy.
Let's see. How can I?
File, make a copy, or download it if you're not logged in.
I'm not logged in. Let's see. But if I download it, I don't think I have Excel here. Crap. Is there not a way to? Is there not a way to do
that's
this?
it. Those are the two ways.
All right. Looks like we're not going to do it. This failure is solely on your shoulders. Okay. Well, you know how to do it then, folks. You just type it in here, and then type in the share rate. You type in the price, or no? Yes, you type in the price.
Yeah, you type in the price of Hex where you want to do the moon math with. So let me see if I can pull it up on my. Let me see if I can pull it up on my screen, and I can at least just verbalize it.
Okay.
Let's see. So let's do what was the t-shirt rate again?
25,307.
And actually, if I update it here, you might be able to see it on your end. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Let me.
Because I just do my stuff on the live sheet. So let's see. 25,307. Is it updating on yours?
25073. You typed in 25073 instead of 307. Okay, there we go. Yep. Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So let's just say Hex does at the top of the next bull market a 3x from the all-time high. So it's $1.50. Then in that case, if we look here, the ceiling price of Icosa is $52. But if we want to be conservative and say it's like 80% off, well, that's a $3.77 Icosa at that point. 90% off from that is 38 cents. So we're already above that. So, hey, we're doing a good job there. we're off a 90% dip. But if we're on an 80% dip, that's $3.70 at $1.50 Hex. And then it just gets more and more juicy from there. So yeah, that's some moon math for you. If you want to do crazy prices, because the lower the t-shirt rate, the more conservative it is. So we'll just keep today's t-shirt rate, even though it's going up.
Can you just explain too again what we're calculating? Is this the Icosa price, the Hex price? What are we looking at?
This is the Icosa price, potential Icosa price given a estimated Hex price.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So let me see. Yeah. So if we say $5 Hex, the ceiling price at that point we'll do. This is $5. So we'll do 3. We'll do $5. You see all this on your end too? What I'm updating?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Okay. So this is $1.50, and then we'll do for fun $10 just for fun, and we'll do 25,307. So you'll see here $1.50. What this price right here, that is the most Icosa could be before people start to arbitrage it down. So Icosa can't be higher than these prices at these given Hex price points and these given t-share rates. So at $5, the most Icosa could be is $174. And if it's at a 50% discount from the current from the ceiling price, which I think now it's current. I don't know what the current discount is, but actually you could use that. You could use the current discount and multiply it by the whatever t-shirt rate that you're projecting into the future. If you just say you assume it's going to be the same discount, that could be a nice way of doing it too. But I think we're less than 50% off or around 50% off. So we'll use that for now. So at $5 Hex, we're at $62 Icosa if we're 50% away from that ceiling price. And at $10, we're at $314 per Icosa if we're at a 50% discount. So those are some ways that you could estimate based on the ratios that we have according to the smart contracts, what the Icosa prices could be at given Hex prices. And then you can adjust your expectations like, okay, well, when do I reasonably expect $5 Hex? When do I reasonably expect $10 Hex? And then that's when you can kind of put a timeline on these prices as well.
Gotcha. So the ceiling price of Icosa is roughly 30 some times the Hex price?
Sure. Yeah. Because if you look at the Hex Icosa ratio, it's like 34. right there. So it's about 35 times. That's what the ceiling price is. Yeah.
Gotcha. You're going to show something else?
Yeah, go to the Hedron ceiling one, the tab right next to it.
Okay.
So this is the same thing, but with Hedron. And so let's see, let's adjust it. So we'll do the same ones. We'll do $1.50, do $1.50, we'll do $5, and we'll do $10. And then we'll do what 25307, 25307. And the current Hedron price is way lower than this. Oh man. Let's see.
I know that is a laugh of a rich man in the future. I think that's what you were portraying.
Okay, so at $1.50 hex, the ceiling price is 0.002. And actually, let me move this over and then let's do this. Let's do here, and we'll take this times 0.5. We'll do a 50% discount for everything just to see what's going on. That was the wrong way. Let's do it this way. C B. Sorry. C B. Okay. So, and then we'll make this a little bigger so people can see. Okay. So at $1.50 hex, we're getting about 1/5 of a penny for the ceiling price, and at 50% off, we're getting about 1/10 of a penny. At $5, we're getting about 7/10 of a penny, with 50% off being 3/10 of a penny. And then at $10, we're cracking that penny range with 50% off being 7/10 of a penny, or 70% off of a penny. Funny, this 1.5 cents is a bit over a 10,000x, 10,800x from the current price.
Wow. So
yeah, but that's still the ceiling. So there'd be a 5,000x till about right here.
So we need $10 hex to see anywhere near 1 penny Hedron.
Yeah. To even have the chance of Hedron being a penny, we need to start cracking the upper dollars, closing in on $10. If not, there's zero chance of Hedron being a penny at anything less than that.
And so let's say somebody has a billion Hedron right now.
Nice.
So at today's price, and then we got the hex at $1.50 price. What is a billion times the 1/10 of a tenth? Is that like a million?
1/10 of a penny?
Well, at the hex 150 price, the 0.0011.
Yeah. How much is a billion Hedron at that point?
Yeah, is that like $1 million?
Probably. Let's see. 1,
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Times that. Oh, I didn't put the equal sign. Equals. There we go. That is, $1.1 million. If you have a billion Hedron at that price.
If you have a billion Hedron, and if you hung on to it until hex, if hex hits $1.50, if you hung on to a billion Hedron, you'd be a millionaire in Hedron.
Yeah. If hex hits $1.50, and if Hedron is 50% off of its ceiling price, then you would have $1.1 million per 1 billion Icosa that you own. That's what the math says.
And the ceiling price would be around 2 million.
Yep, exactly. So yeah,
nice numbers. I like those numbers.
That's if we ever get there. Let's see if we get there.
It's are we on track? Or are we going backwards? I mean, what is your instinct? Do you feel like the system is working? Is there anything surprising about what's been going on in the bear market with Hedron? I guess that's the question.
No, I don't think there's anything surprising. I mean, the reality is we do have a lot of people that are minting a lot of supply, so that does lead to sell pressure over time, especially if they don't want it. Hedron's being burned, which is cool. Hedron's being staked, which is good. But I think the biggest thing, the two biggest things, is Hex isn't performing very well. And if Hex isn't performing very well, these things, like, they lose room to grow. Like, we just did this math based on Hex going up. But like, if Hex is going down, that ceiling is getting pushed down. So that's pressure on the prices of Hex and of Icosa and Hedron. And so, Hedron and Icosa taking a beating in these times is pretty expected. It's expected. What else did I want to say on that? Yeah, I think yeah. This is, and also, like, we're in a pretty messy time macro wise. If you watch any of the streams that Access Alive and his partner the Contrarian have done on like Randy Hilarski's channel, things are pretty bleak out there.
See what you're doing. See what you're doing.
What
are you? All right. So he came on my show earlier that day, and then he went on Randy's show.
I don't have anything scheduled with Randy.
No. I was saying, you said go watch Axis and Contrarian on Randy's show, but that same day they came on my show first and did the presentation. I was wondering if you knew that and you were like joking that you didn't see that.
Oh, yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Shove. Don't view Max's channel, guys. Go to somebody else's channel. Okay. Also go on.
That's a good joke. It was a good joke if you would have actually planned it. Yeah, it was a good joke.
Sounds like something I would do, right? That sounds like one of my jokes.
You got to get it at the beginning, though. Once we get you, hour 15 in, your brain's just kind of, it gets a little slothy. Gets a little sloth. You see what I did there? Slothy. What's the word for when you make the milk? Is that slothy? It's not slothy. It's frothy. It gets a little frothy. Boom. That's what I was trying to say. All right. Somebody throw tomatoes in the chat. I deserve it for that.
Oh my God.
A question: what is the price of Icosa and Hedron next crypto bull run? Crypto sloth, and this is the perfect conversation to end the moon math on. What? What do you get on that?
Yeah, I can't really answer that with any kind of like specificity, but I think we just went through a great way to calculate it. Go to my calculator, and put in whatever you think the top of Hex will be, and then you can go ahead and make. Let's get slothy. Yeah, you can go ahead and put in.
I went through I was going through somebody said we can't learn shit when kids are screaming. They're still talking about. Sorry, Chad. I'm just scrolling through. All right, Sloth. I interrupted. My bad. Go for it. I'm cracking up at these comments.
Just take whatever you think the Hex top will be, plug it into my calculator, and then you can figure out what some potential price target. You can figure out what the max price could be. Like the price will not be higher than this point. You can know that for sure. And then you can say, okay, well, what if we're 50% off? What if we're 70% off of that price to get like a conservative range of what the prices could be? Yeah, risk adjustment. Because like moon math is fun, but I think what I like is getting a range of things of what to expect rather than like this one high price. What else? All of these calculators are going to be on my website. For sure.
Yes, the link tree thing. Remind me to post that before we get off here too. I was going to say the answer to all the what will price be next bull run. You're looking at it like these are the moon math calculators. These are and you share these calculators, right? Like they're public. You can go copy them and stuff. Yeah, because I was just on there. So go to the link tree, look for the links, get the moon math calculator, type in the t-shirt rate, type in the hex price, type in the current prices if you want all that stuff. And you can answer these questions. Like it's. I know it's fun to talk about and stuff too. And of course, we don't get to give financial advice or predictions in that way, shape, or form. But you have Sloth has made these calculators, and other people too in the ecosystem have made calculators where you can see what a next bull run could be based on whatever you think the numbers will be. You can calculate other stuff from it, such as this.
Yep.
Super good
I got you guys.
Sloth, you nailed it, man. You're like a hammer. You nail it so hard.
That's exactly what I am.
Yeah. Tomatoes, please. I deserve it. Tomatoes. George says, how much Hedron do we need to be a whale?
What is there? 112 trillion total supply. So you need 1.1 trillion, 1.12 trillion. But you can, if you wanted to, you could take out the SA supply, which is like 40 some trillion. So that's like 112 minus 40. Let's just say 45 to split the difference. So I don't remember what it is. 112 minus 45 equals 67 trillion. So that's 670 billion that you need to be an effective whale based on supply, not if you just want to take out the SA supply.
That's a lot too. What you said, 67 billion?
670 billion.
670 billion.
3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. About $1 million in there right now, basically.
$1 million. Wow.
Yeah, $1 million gets you a well position.
Now, a month ago, you need to, what, 2 billion or so, or 2 million or so. Now, well positioned, $1 million.
Yep.
Okay. Or if you're an early hex staker or a big one or a hex whale, you can you might be able to have something in that ballpark, or you may have some extra funds as well if you got that kind of foresight, seeing this stuff go up so good. Can we get the spreadsheet? Yes, you can. Let me.
Hex
I'll drop it in
McKinsey,
the
go on
chat.
my Twitter. Go on my Twitter. Go on my. I have a link tree, and it's right there.
Yeah,
you can just make a copy. Perfect.
So I dropped it in the chat as well. But yeah, the link tree. Yeah, let me go back to your Twitter real quick. Twitter. So it's a great stream, man. It's been a great one.
Yeah, man. A lot of fun.
Killing it. You killed it this week. I give you all the credit for that. You've killed it this week.
I will take all the credit for your content this week. Don't worry. This week,
well,
RHMax channel has just been Crypto Sloth. I'm just kidding.
It's we've had a sloth takeover, and I'm totally okay with that. Let's see. Yeah, so I dropped the link tree in there. I don't want to lose comments and scroll through. Yeah, ask some questions. We'll be wrapping up soon. I see a couple questions. I'll get to them. Let me throw off string link tree up here. Let's see. First questions first. Free speech. Welcome. Hi all. Thoughts on the long economy? On how long the economy will continue to affect crypto space? Yeah, I don't. For me, how long will it continue to affect? I mean, there's so many correlations, so many things tied up in each economy for the other, in each sub industry. I don't know. It's hard to, I think, getting through. What did somebody say on TV today? It took a year. I think David Rubenstein was on CNBC talking about it took a year to get legislation for financial industry after Enron happened. So he was correlating that with crypto a year after FTX, blah, blah, blah. I mean, a lot of people are saying bull run and based on the previous stuff in 2025. So if it does take a year for crypto to settle down, now whether we get to the bottom or not is a different question when that happens. But for how long will this last, and how, I mean, you got the stuff and macro stuff going on, which we all know about. It's hard to say. I don't know. What do you guys, Sloth? Anything?
I think they'll probably always be bonded, correlated in a way. It'll probably always affect it, right? Like, well, whether that be to the upside or the downside is a different question. But I don't think, money flows where money flows, and crypto is a place where money can flow. And so the way in which money is flowing within the greater economic system is going to affect how money is flowing into crypto, in or out, So I think it will always affect it because crypto is just another financial instrument now, in my opinion. Now, whether systems like Hex can decorrelate from that greater space is a different story. But the crypto as a whole, I think, is pretty much just another asset class. And just like anything else, it's affected by everything else. Everything's all connected. Yeah.
When is a good time to buy Hedron? Well, I mean, it's at half price than it was a month ago or so. I think those are the numbers I'll give you there, and you can decide.
My rule for buying crypto is whenever I buy it, I always have the expectation it's going down 50% more. So if you have that mindset where if you're buying now, if you're happy with the price, and you're okay with another 50% down another 50% of downwards price action, then now is a good time to buy. If you don't think you can handle another 50% downside, then wait till you can. I don't know. dollar cost average. There is no, we only know when a good time to buy in retrospect is. You can never know until the price goes up to know if it was actually a good buy point. So it's just whenever you feel like, whenever your confidence of the fundamentals of the coin paired with the relative deal you had to the deal you're getting now relative to a previous high, whenever those two things coalesce into a situation where you feel comfortable buying is when is a good time to buy.
I think another way to look at it too, that I think a lot of people use is, if I buy it today, do I think in 2 years it'll be higher?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the easy way for me is, when I'm looking at buying stuff, do I think, because I can wait 2 years, I could wait, however long, just using 2 years as an example. Do I think it'll be higher or lower within that time frame? And then you make a decision. Seems like just yesterday we were talking about Hedron in the 600s. That was September.
It wasn't that long ago.
I know. It's been years, crypto years at least.
Yep, that's crypto volatility for you.
I know. What for Hedron, Icosa, stake and chill will be all good in a few months in compound.
Yep.
Dev Huey has some. He's shouting the prosperity there. I like it. I like prosperity in this yield ecosystem. I certainly hope so. Slothy. Let's get slothy. Sounds like OnlyFans type of thing. You should really get that up, Sloth, because you got.
I will. I just got to make sure the pictures are really good.
I was thinking Patrice would buy into it, but I think a lot of people in the ecosystem may be fans. Maybe your only fans. Get it, man. Tomatoes.
No,
I need tomatoes in the chat.
I did not get it, Max. I did not understand.
So bad. Yeah. If y'all haven't seen the calculator, y'all should calculate some stuff with it. It's pretty cool. I'm glad we could do it live to actually show, because that's the thing. Like you can make the calculator, you can send it out. I'm sure plenty of people have used it. But if you show them on video, and you made videos showing them too, but the more people who see it, the video of that happening, and then you talk about the correlation of how that helps them and stuff like that, then we're just getting more people to use it. So I'm onboarding people to Sloth calculators right now, and I think that's a good thing. I stand by that decision. I stand by that decision. I'm a lonely fan. Well. May have a place for you. On
Lonely Fan.
That's got to be like a parody website. Lonely Fans. That'd be funny. What's up, Mr. Capazzo? Good to see you. You ask a lot of good questions. You leave a lot of very nice and kind comments on my videos. Appreciate that. Hex McKenzie. Yeah. You got the link.
Yep.
Go to town.
Hey, anybody in here, check out Hex McKenzie's Twitter. She makes good visuals. She makes really good visuals. Yep.
I'm a fan of Hex McKenzie's visuals as well. Last question I want to get to before we head off. And this is taking a step back. I was just thinking about the other day. What are the different ways to make like money, and like what can you do with these coins? Like for new people coming in, Hex, Hedron, stuff like that. You can hold them in your wallet, stake them for yield, trade them at your own peril, make fees by liquidity providing. Is there anything else you can do with these crypto coins that we so beloved?
That's about it. I think you covered it. I think so. I think you covered it. Trade, send, receive, stake, liquidity provide. Soon, once we get fiat and famous running, especially eFiat sooner than the other ones, we'll be able to take loans against the stuff and leverage trade with them. So there's more stuff you can do with it.
Okay. Yeah. That's okay. That's the other angle, is the other ecosystem products like fiat, liquid loans and stuff, all the stuff that can allow you to lock them up or use them as collateral, stuff like that. Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. So many things more than Bitcoin. I think I've heard that phrase before somewhere. It can do much more than Bitcoin. Bitcoin can't wake you up. You can't set an alarm and tell Bitcoin to wake you up. It's a greatest hit from RH as well.
I remember him saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's hey, did you watch the stream today with him?
No, I didn't. I need to catch it.
Yeah. I watched a little bit. I was outside. I was listening to it. And just, I wish I only got about halfway through. It's a lot of greatest hits, but also the guy just they just keep interrupting each other.
Oh yeah.
It's just they
What?
just keep because
Huh?
I think the guy, yeah, exactly. It's just like the guy is used to talking all the time, and then Richard is the dominant one. So they're both kind of like these dominant types. So they just keep talking, and then he's like, "Oh, we got to pull Richard back and all this stuff." I'm like, "Are you new to Richard Hart? Like, did you maybe you just researched him a little bit and took put?" I don't know. I think he runs the show differently than what Richard's used to go. Richard's used to going in, dominating, telling these long stories, stuff like that. This guy's, I think his pace is much different. So there's just this disconnect. And yeah, if you read some of the comments in the video, it's like, of course, the hardcore RH fans are like, you need to stop interrupting him and all this stuff. It's pretty funny.
I'll have to catch it. See how it is.
G Chambers, he did say, what did he say I was listening? He's like, the guy asked him to explain something, and he's like, your audience is too dumb to get it, but I'll say it anyway. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh god, you just make fun of your entire audience really quickly. I know. I'm like,
for no reason.
This is your strategy. I'm with you, but I don't see it, but this is what you're going with. Let's do it. Anyways, I think it's worth a listen to just because it's kind of funny to hear them struggle to connect from time to time. So yeah, it's pretty good.
I'll catch it.
Anyways, everyone, that's the show for today. Please thank Sloth on Twitter. Write him do at CryptoSloth and say thank you for bringing the heat this week. 2 shows. He came on here and did 2 shows, and he said a lot of smart stuff. So we appreciate the Sloth so very much. And good. I mean, we hadn't been on stream together for at least a month or so, which again is like a year in crypto. It feels like a year at least.
Yeah, so it's been a while. We'll get you back on my channel too. Talk about stuff.
Let's do
it. Do the I don't know, quarterly or every 6 months stream with Max and Crypto Sloth.
Is that the yeah? It just reminds me of some of the clipping stuff. I had my social media people. They were clipping. It's not like a big show now, right? My social media people. They were clipping the stuff. Now it's just like Fiverr people, and they were doing some of the earlier streams with me and Sloth, and I was like, those were the days. We barely knew each other. We both had 100 subs, and we were both just
took a chance on each other.
We took a leap. We bought the rings, and we let love take care of the rest. No, that's not actually. That's a different story. But anyways, thank you. Believe in yourself. We're grateful for you and all the other people who came here and just made the show great. Tons of funny chat. I didn't get to go through all the chat again. I try my best, but you guys are hilarious. Made me laugh a few times, so always appreciate that. So I'll be off probably for, I don't know. I think I have a stream scheduled for the 29th, maybe. I'll do a solo stream probably at that point. But yeah, I'll be off for a while. Sloth, you going to be around, or you on vacation, right?
I'm on vacation, but I'm going to try to find time to do at least one stream. I'm mostly relaxing and building that website. I want to try to make some really good progress on that in these next 2 weeks. And then in January, I'm going to start doing more interviews. I'm going to do a couple because the semester starts off fairly light. So I'm going to try to bang out like 3 or 4 interviews in those for that first month in January before this semester really gets wild on me. Because I have a couple things. I have a couple things going on, like my boards coming up, practicing for them, studying for all of that. So I got some serious stuff coming up on the IRL side. So if I can just knock out some streams ahead of time, that'd be good.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, I've been pushing so many people to January too. All the streams I want to do with people. I've got almost full in January of all the stuff I've just been. No, I don't want to stream the rest of December, or I'll do like 1 or so just a solo, but trying to take a break. But January should be we should be back to full spring.
It'll be a fun month.
Sounds like, huh?
It'll be a fun month, and just maybe, we'll get V3 testnet.
I would like to have that. I don't know who I was talking about the other day, but I think January would be a great time for V3 testnet. Don't know if it's going to happen. Have no idea, but wouldn't that be the breath of fresh air? New year, new testnet. That'd be nice, right? Merry Christmas to you, free speech. Merry Christmas to you,
everybody.
What you stand for, your name, figuratively and literally. Merry Christmas to everyone. And yeah, we will see you all. I'll see you probably right for the new year, and Sloth will be online. Got to at CryptoSloth3. Is that right?
Yep.
So many handles out there. I'm glad you got the one with the number on it that's not confusing or anything. And at RHMaximus on all the platforms except Telegram. I'm at RHMaxi on there. If you message at RHMaximus on Telegram, that is a different Maximalist. He is the RH person, though. I don't think it's a imposter. It's actually a person who has that name. So you'll talk to somebody else, but at RHMaxi for me on Telegram. I think so many people are actually messaging me like, oh, I messaged you on Telegram. Get back to me. I'm like, I didn't see anything. You probably messaged the one handle that I didn't get universal across platforms. Anyways, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Good to see y'all. Scivive and 555555.